Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, my friends and I are gonna give our opinion on relationship and marriage. As we all know, a lot of people will get into a relationship just because they feel bored, not because they're looking.
Talked about and needs to be shown. And I've noticed that when kids aren't grown up with parents that they can look up to,
and like to a suitable partner, like somebody who will, like, for a woman to help a man and a man to help a woman. But I think even like when it comes to dating isn't really in the Bible. It doesn't talk about like, oh, like go on this date and meet this person, but it does talk about like it gives us that freedom in order for us to get to know the other person, but in a way that's pure and holy. Like when in my church, what we do is that we go on kingdom dates, which is pretty much just a time where you get to know your brother or sister, and it's amazing. It's like so much fun. But there's like no expectations. Like there's nothing like, oh, like this person and I are gonna go start dating and go steady. Like it's not like that. But over time, a person can start dating steadily after they've become interested in one another. So that's really what I want to share. That's what I know, and I hope this helps someone.
Dating is getting to know someone their likes, their dislikes, going on dates with them, they're getting to know their hobbies, their childhood experiences, interesting facts about them, learning about their family. I feel like during the quote-unquote dating stage, people should really take their time to study the person who they're dating, to really get to know who they are as a person, because dating should eventually lead to a romantic relationship, and you really want to know that person before getting into a romantic relationship with them. And once dating leads to a romantic relationship, that romantic relationship requires a lot of trust. You and your partner have to be able to trust each other, and commitment. If you cannot commit to that person, they will not be able to trust you. If you go behind their back and do something that you wouldn't do in front of them, that leads to a lack of trust. And the lack of trust that that person has leads to them being insecure. Insecurities lead to a toxic relationship. When that person becomes insecure, then the relationship becomes toxic because they're insecure. They constantly think you're doing something behind their back because you've done it before. Respect. You have to respect your partner. You cannot talk to them in any type of ways. And people should learn to control their emotions when they're in relationships. Just because you're mad, you shouldn't say certain things. And emotions lead to a lot of bad decisions. Because you're mad, you start throwing things, you start saying things that you don't mean, just control your emotions, because that leads to a lot of bad decisions. Also, support each other, support your partner. You should support each other, grow with them, support them in everything that they're doing. And that relationship and healthy romantic relationship should eventually lead to marriage, because I personally feel like people shouldn't just date just to have fun, just to date. People should date with the intention of being married, because what's the point of dating if you're not dating to marry?
Alright, so today we're going to talk about marriage and dating as a Christian. I think marriage and dating today is very different from how our ancestors or your grandparents did it back in the days, because we have more technology. Everybody's tech savvy, everything is online, so you don't usually have that in person, I guess you could say, love and intimacy as much. Everything is just text message or FaceTime, and that's not bad, but it's just pretty different. So I think dating as a Christian, you should always date to marry. It shouldn't be anything casual. I think if you go by the book, the Bible, you would pretty much straight out the door know if this person is for you, because a person can be a good Christian or a good person, but that doesn't mean that they're for you. And you should also know yourself before you start dating. Know what you like, know what's your do's and don'ts, because if a person have too many things that's different and you guys not compatible, that's not gonna last. But dating is something good. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think we all should sit down, and even if you have to make a list of what I like, what I don't like, what are my do's and don'ts. Like if this person smokes, I can't do it. Or if this person goes out and parties too much, I can't do it. So that's basically it. Well, let's talk about if this person is compatible. If a person is compatible, now you could start talking about Do you guys share the same things in ministry? How are you going to help each other in ministry? Talk about finances. What do you think about finances? What do you think about place to live? Where you're trying to live in the whole world? Because one person could want to live on another side of the country, and one person want to live on another side of the country. So marriage is all about unity, and what works for you and me. It's not just you. It's what works for both of us. Marriage is a teamwork. Marriage is you helping me and I'm helping you. When I'm down, you help me up. When you're down, I help you up. And that's how we're going to stay up, with the help of Christ and in this, both of us. So I think you should always, as a Christian, you should always look for Christ inside of a potential partner. That person should already accepted Christ, because if that person does not have Christ, it's going to be hard to win them. I didn't say it's not possible, but it's going to be hard for you to grow with this person, because you're into God and the Bible and church, and this person is pretty new to it all. You should always look for somebody that's on the same level as you, ready to grow with you in where you're at. Because if you're in a season of just praying and fasting, and this person is in a season of partying and just going out into the world and doing whatever they want, how's that going to help you or benefit you? So I think as a Christian, especially dating young, we need to really sit down and think about it, because if you just rush into it, or if you just pick anybody, in the long run, it's going, either you and this person going to break up, or even if you get married, you're going to divorce. If you have kids with this person and you guys just break up, your kid's going to grow up without a father or a mother, or however it may be. So I just think all of the younger ones, even the older ones who are single, everybody that's single should take time to really think about what they really want before they go out there and start searching or start dating. And if you happen to do everything and you think you're ready, you think you're mature enough, don't wait too late. Just talk about it with your partner, and talk about it with your pastor, your parents, whoever, and get married. Marriage is a good thing. It's honored by God. So that's my little 2 cents. Thanks, everybody.
What is marriage to me? As a Christian and a briefly religious person, marriage for us is sacramental. It is more than just a contract. It is a relationship between persons. It is a long-lasting commitment of a man and a woman to a lifelong partnership. To me, marriage is we in this together, the bad, the good. Accepting each other's flaw, loving each other till death separate us. It is not a game. Choosing to get married, it is a big decision. And being married is getting ready for the ups and downs. That is the reason why before taking the decision to get married as an individual, I need to know the inside, the out of the person. It is a big step choosing to be committed the rest of your life to someone you loved.
So, growing up, I always think that marriage is a goal, and then it's like something, once you've done it, it's like you succeed in life. But now I think different about marriage. So I think now about it, it's more like a responsibility, a commitment. So therefore, if you're not willing to make this commitment, I just don't marry at all. And then if I'm talking biblically, like accordingly to the Bible, they said that in the Bible, that's why they make us swearing in the Bible. Like that's also part of the Bible. Like when they make you swearing that you swear you always gonna be there for your person, for your soulmate. You swear you're gonna be there for sickness, whatever's happening, you always gonna be there for them when they need you. So it's also like you swearing that you always gonna be present at any time for your soulmate. It's that too. And then it's also like faithfulness, because like who wants someone or who want their partner to be cheating on them or having side chick, or like a sex friend, whatever it is, or a girl they call best friend? That goes for the woman too. Like who want that? So it goes both ways. Nobody want a cheating partner. Everyone will want the type of marriage where they can live the lavish with their partner, like the soulmate, where they can live life to the fullest. They don't want someone that's gonna cheat on them behind them, and then that's not gonna respect the relationship, that's not gonna respect the marriage, because like you swear that you only want the one person. So that means this one person, it's only for you, nobody else. And then we see how the Bible talk about that, like that's adultery if you cheating. Meanwhile you married, like you married and cheating, having like baby mamas and all, that's cheating and that's adultery. The Bible talk about that. And then we see how the Bible have punishment for people who do adultery and who's not faithful with their marriage. And then what can I say? So there's a lot of things that should be done to keep a marriage, and then like I said, it's a big commitment. So if the two partners don't have like communication, not communicating with each other, not having the same love languages, not having the same like connection, I don't think it's not gonna be success. It's not. They might end up divorcing. So there's also divorcing in marriage, so that's one thing. Therefore, if you don't have commitment, you're always gonna be like, oh wow, I have to stay by myself. And then that's when the divorce hit, boom. And then so now the person you thought that was your soulmate became your enemy. So yeah, that's one thing we don't want. That's why I always advise people to like don't go rush marriage, because that's deep. That's so deep. There's love at first sight. You might think you love someone like that, but getting to know them, it's completely different. So marriage is a big responsibility. You might done marrying with someone, and that's when you find someone else you more connected to. Like it's crazy. That's why I think this generation should consider that, like take more time to think about it. Even though I know a lot of people don't want to get married in this generation, because like they think that I might end up divorced, so what's the point, what's this, what that. But whatsoever, you have to know like your partner, you have to know them. What I just decided, alright, I want to get married and then boom, married. No, there have to be like connections, like deep connections, the type of connections where, alright, I'm mad, let's talk about this, where you can have a discussion about everything that's going on in this relationship without getting mad, where you both of the partner, like both of you guys could look for suggestions, could look for new solutions for all the problems, because not every day is gonna be sweet. There are gonna be some days that's gonna be bitter. So you got the partner, like they have to know, why did we have this relationship, why did we start it together, why what was the reason. So and then there's also not only marriages, but there also like there have to be some goals, like why I'm marrying you, why did I find in you I didn't find in someone else, why are you so special to me that I'm marrying you. It's so deep, and I don't think we could ever stop talking about marriage.
Hello, my name is Love, and I would like to discuss with you guys what I think about marriage lately. Unfortunately, most of the people I know, they stuck in a matrimony or they already divorced, and I think the reason for that is that they don't actually date to get married. Personally, I think you should be dating to get married, and there's like a lot of things that you guys don't discuss with your partner during the dating phase, or when you guys are engaged, being fiance if you call it, way before you guys get into marriage. And I think one of the factors, or mostly communication, this there is communication, there is respect, honesty, fidelity. There's a lot of factors when it comes to the personality of the person, and not just their personality, but someone can be attractive but they're not beautiful, and someone can be beautiful but not attractive. You can be dating a guy but you love the person that the person is. They just have such a beautiful soul, and you'll be like, I got to convince some of my friends about that, because I'm not really sure about the physics and all that, but that can be fixed. You know what I mean? And also, someone can be attractive, really attractive, but you cannot bring them to your parents and be like, okay, here, this is my girlfriend, my boyfriend, or my wife to be. You just cannot, because their personality, how they talk, their education is just not it. It's just the physique, it's just the look. It's just the look. The look is there, okay, but the beauty of the soul, it's just not there. Okay, it's not there at all. So that is something to be considered, like, way before you get into marriage with somebody, because some people, they just be dating for 2 months, 3 months, and then just get into marriage. They don't care how that person was raised, they don't care about their education, their past, nothing. They just get married and be like, okay, past doesn't matter. But what if the past just caught up to you? I mean, the past doesn't really matter, as we're living in the present. But we need to know some stuff. It's not meant to be hidden. Like, I need to know that so I can get prepared if that come again to come into surface. So let's stay on top of the personality, the looks, and things you want to look at, for your type. There is more. You need to look at education, finance, spiritually, emotionally. Are this person stable? Let's go one by one, step by step. Okay, so let's say education. There are gaps, because especially in my community, in the Black community, the gaps are kind of huge when it comes to marriage. So imagine you marry someone that is a doctor, nurse, or someone that is have a higher level than the other. Maybe they get up to 5th grade, or maybe they just finished their diploma and then they just go to work at Wendy's, or they just doing 4 hours. I mean, I don't say there's anything wrong with that, but it's just a gap. Because imagine your wife or your husband come home and then they are telling you all about their day, their success, what they did, their accomplishment, and stuff like that, and you're just there and you're listening. Okay, you're being patient, and then she asks you what you did through your day, and you're just like, okay, I have some beers with the boys, I worked 4 hours. Okay, I mean, it's just the gaps. It affects the communication, because it's not like envy. It's mostly it's a self-esteem thing. Okay, imagine going to a reunion like 10 years after you graduate. You go back to your friends, and they're telling you all their accomplishment, all they have done. They have that degree, they have that and that business, and then you're just there. Okay, you're not saying anything. You don't know how to face them, because you have the nothing. That's how it is. Okay, to go back home and you're not feeling home, because it's just it will feel like she or he is robbing all of her success, or he is all over her face, and you have the nothing, and you won't even feel like going home. So this is a huge gap. And there's more to education than just a degree. And I'm not saying that if someone haven't go to college or haven't earned a degree, that, I mean, someone can just come out of college and then open their own business. They have their own things. They have their own occupation. I mean, they're having success. They don't have to go to college to have success, but at least they're doing something. They have something in place. They're successful. They're content. They're independent. Versus you, it's a whole gap, and it's not working. And also to education, we also have how you were raised. Let's say it kind of also attached to culture. I'm not saying I love when cultures are mixed. I would love to see more Asian being with black, or more black being with Hispanics. I mean, the whole mixture. I just love it, and there should be more happening. Like, I'm excited to see more diversity around, more mixed kids around. It's just for example, I mean, the culture, how you were raised, it can be discussed, but let's say the past, like how you were raised, your parents, what the educations and stuff like that, like you, they raise you to be a princess. Okay, your parent raised you. Come home, they'll still do the same thing. I mean, those are things that can be fixed in a marriage, but I feel like it still should be discussed. And I know at least you get prepared that when that person come home, it will do this. It's in a habit, and you're gonna try to remove that habit from the person, kind of. Okay. Or maybe your parents, your brothers, they usually open the door card, pull the chair out for you. They, all your family members have been a gentleman around you, to around someone that their parents didn't teach them how to be a gentleman, or they just don't know how to be that kind of person. And you go on a date and they don't pull up the chair, they don't open the door. I mean, I don't know, just things they'll be doing, it's just a turn off. Like, that's not how you were raised. That's not how you think a man should be behaving. And that is also a factor. Like, did he grow up in a family? Like, did he have both his parents? Those are also factors that contribute to the character of the man. They are like, do they have anger issues? Because you never know, that man might be brutal and beat you every time you don't cook, or beat you every time you don't clean the house. That depends. That there's abusive men out there, and they also disguise, like, for a few months, a few weeks, they all gentlemen. They have sweet talks. They talk the way they talk, the way they express themselves, like diplomats and stuff like that. But inside the doors, when the doors close, there are monsters. Like, you need to really watch out of that. Like, people are not usually what there seems to be. That's why I said dating is more like investigating, and not time, okay, y'all play around and be all kissy, all hooking up. I mean, you dating is like, having fun, click with the person, but it's also investigating, getting to know the person. So all that come to character, education, personality, all that come together. So when I say education, it doesn't necessarily have to be academically degrees and stuff like that. It have to be, how were you raised? What are your values? What are your purposes? That do you have somewhere to be? Do you have goals? Do you have vision? Like, if I am with you, what can you offer me? Like, it's more of that. Because you don't want to just be married, and then every time you look at the guy and just be like, oh, he just gets on my nerve. Some people, they just get on your nerve. They're not even doing anything to you, but it's like they don't have any goal, they don't have anywhere to be. The community, what can you offer me? Like, it's. And one of the most important thing is also your spiritual level. I mean, you don't have to be let's take an example. If I am Christian and then the guy is Catholic, right? And then I want to go to my church and he wants to go to his church, and we go separate ways, and that I don't think that's actually healthy. I mean, it can walk, you can make it walk, but you're gonna have to take a lot of time, a lot of communication and commitment. Or imagine that you're a Christian and then the other guy is Buddha. He wants to adore Buddha and I want to adore Jesus, and then there's gonna be some things that are clashing, some things that went wrong, some arguments about that somewhere along the marriage. So it really needs to be discussed, and it really actually depends on the person, depends on their personality, depends on how they want to be in their relationship. Okay, so spiritually, I think they should match you spiritually, because marriage is like a partnership and the other person is supposed to help you grow. And I think if it's from you, it really actually depends on the person, depends on their personality, depends on how they want to be in their relationship. Okay, so spiritually, I think they should match you spiritually, because marriage is like a partnership and the other person is supposed to help you grow. And I think if it's from your own religion, or religion difference is fine. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it will depend on the person actually. Like, if that person can help you grow, even if it is from a different religion, does it make you better? That's fine, as long as you can grow in your own spiritual state, emotionally, spiritually, that work as well. That financially, are you financially independent? Do not marry a man that cannot be financially independent. If, like, I don't know I don't know how to put that, but if let's break it down to different pieces, because that really takes a lot. Because imagine the woman is making way more than the man. That's kind of, because I don't know, there's something about men's pride, and I think money kind of contribute a lot to that. Like, if the woman is paying everything, is paying the bill, is paying everything, and then the man is just there, not working, not doing anything. He's just there, like, he's just there, not doing anything. It will be getting on your nerve, because I don't know, I think men is supposed to be a provider. Okay, you're here to provide, and that's what. And the woman be taking all it does. The woman is just been multiplying. You bring the money, and the woman is making the food. He's taking care of the house. Is shopping. I mean, men kind of like take it too far, that because that they're a provider, women should be like do all the cooking, all the cleaning. No, you be helping too. Like, cooking and cleaning are not only the job of the woman, the men can do it too. What if I don't know how to cook? So you better try to maybe go to a restaurant. I don't know. We will do something else, and I don't have to be doing all the cleaning by myself. We can share the duties. Like, I might be doing the dishing, you clean the bathroom. I might be cleaning the whole house, but you take out the trash. Or I go shopping, you go downstairs, or whatever how the house is, you go and get the groceries inside and put it. To me, it is actually partnership. We're sharing, we're helping each other, be better, we helping each other. That's a partnership. That's what marriage is supposed to be. And we both flowing communication with respect, with love, and financially stable, spiritually stable, emotionally stable. You have to be really stable. It's not half, okay, I'm a half and you're a half and we come as a whole. No, it's one whole with another whole that's come together. I think that's how it is, because if you're not a full packet and I'm not a full packet, it can't work together. And when we get married, we already go together. It's not the time where we're gonna be working out issues. It's time where we're like actually building the family. Okay, we're married now, we're gonna build our house, we're gonna do that, have that project, we're gonna create that business, or I'm going to do that and you do that. And then when the kids come, it's a family, it's a shelter, it's somewhere where the kids don't have to be in the middle of all your arguments, like, yeah, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, and then and that. Those things are things that you should be walking out before getting married. So when you get married, I don't say y'all be doing kids right away, but when the kids come, it's a relationship. It's a perfect example. Like, okay, I don't say we're not gonna have issues throughout the marriage. We're going to have issues. We're going to argue with each other, but it's not gonna be so violent where we cannot work it to a point where we get divorced, to a point where it cannot work anymore. I really believe that we should work out all those issues. We should be vulnerable during the state of dating. Like, if you cannot do it, then okay, I cannot do it, I'm done, okay, we're breaking up. Then, like, being in the marriage and you spend all this time with the person, you already give a part of you with that person, and then you just break it off. I think y'all should be working all that during the stage of dating and marrying and all this kind of stuff. There's other factor I didn't get to touch because that will take more than 2 minutes, okay? But I really think marriage is a whole packet. There's more than those points that I cite, but I think those were like the key to even started, like to get started. There's more profound conversation to have, intimity wise and others. But yeah, I think those are the main point, and I was happy to share that with y'all. Okay, keep following my girl's Vasti. She's doing a good job. Peace out.